Welcome to another edition of the Thursday Night Grind. Today is February 20th, 2020. I'm Matt, and I'm going to sharpen something that's on the bench. I was going to sharpen for you this Jason Bros blade because I really want to show a high-end folder to you guys and like how much work goes into, like, this is a brand new knife. He doesn't send them out with a bad edge, but it's not as good as it can be. It's not as good as my edge. So I want to put that on there because I also want to show you all the work that goes into doing a high-end folder, and also some other things that I look for in folders. And really, like, I'm trying to get the word out, like, for people to like, please think about buying quality things in your life, including knives, but really everything. We're in this, whatever, it's my little effort to change the culture. But anyway, we're not going to do this tonight because I have so much on the bench from customers, and I feel like that's probably a 30-minute video if I talk my way through sharpening that blade. And I'm going to look over here. I have a bunch of stuff on the bench. I just want to kind of tell you what I'm working on. First off, behind me here, you can see I'm just finishing out a whole batch of gardening tools, landscaping tools from a professional landscaper in the area. That's a sweet little batch of stuff. And she's also she's a high quality landscape. I love her model, man. She I'm not gonna take time to go into here, but I love what she's doing. I'm so glad that she found me and that we get to work together. And you know, needless to say, the tools that she purchases and that she uses for her business are high quality tools. What I'm gonna sharpen for you tonight are some knives from a restaurant. Restaurants aren't something I really advocate getting into, but I worked out this really cool deal. Like, they gave a little, I gave a little, and we figured out how to work together in the restaurant scene. Frankly, there's some companies that have that dialed in. They bring knives by every week. They take the old ones, drop the new ones off. Like, the restaurants don't even own their knives, and I don't want to get into that. That's not my bag. So it takes the right kind of relationship for a restaurant to work for me. And I'm happy that I found, or these guys, really, they found me. This is Ohana Restaurant. They serve a Hawaiian rice bowl sort of thing. And it's like they purchase top quality food. They're so proud of what they make. They're proud of how they prepare food. And the knives that they're going to their kitchen are something that they wanted to be proud of too. And that's the type of person that I'm trying to work with. So I'm so happy that they found me. But also, like, so I got to finish those out. I want to get these back to them tomorrow. I have another set of kitchen knives that are actually ready to go home from, those are just residential kitchen knives. I have some pruners, chisels, and kitchen knives for actually my neighbor, and I just want to share that. Like, that's a bartering deal. Like, I'm so happy to be able to give to him because he has given so much to me. As of late, like, the most recent thing of so many things is late night, I'm plowing, I busted a tie rod on my tractor. And I brought it up there, and he came out, and I joke, like, he came out in his jammies to weld up my tie rod end for me. It's just I feel so grateful to be able to give back to him something, you know. And then I have a paper cutter from a school, and then another pretty decent batch of kitchen knives from residential, just a person dropped them off. Okay, so I share all that to share with you, like, if you've ever wondered whether there's enough opportunity in sharpening, I hope that little thing showed, like, there's plenty of opportunity. It's just a matter of building the system so that you can capitalize on it, and a lot of other things. And I want to use that to segue into Elite Sharpening Academy, which is where I work with people to help them start their own business because they also see the amount of opportunity that lies in this. And I want to show, this is kind of like both a hat tip to Doug. Like, he's starting his business out in Utah, and this is dangerous. This is not something I advertise, but he just rounded out month 1, and he's just blown me away with how far he's come. And he just got his first cash paying customer, and he also just did his first bartering deal where he traded a haircut for sharpening. For me, for the model that I advertise, that's like a month 6 thing. Like, he has just been dynamite, and he is just putting himself out there. So I'm so proud of you, Doug. Like, you're the man. Keep it up. You know, set the right pace, but you're crushing it. And I also wanted to welcome Roger to the fold. I love where Roger's head's at. So we just started working together He's going to build out a business. So this time next year, he is on the ground running, making $500 a month with his sharpening business. What I love about where his head is at is he's just layering this on. One thing that I have come to learn and come to teach is that everything is connected. Everything we do is connected. Our job, our life, our car, our money, like our health, our food, like all this stuff is connected. And I feel like sometimes we get too, isolated and thinking of one thing, like I need to make more money. But it's not just the money, man. It's life. It's everything. And I really love where Roger's head is and how he's combining that. Like he's using this as an opportunity with some other opportunities that he's working on, and ultimately, like he's got the whole life picture in mind. Like this is a little piece of the puzzle for Roger's planned design of his life, and I just love that because it really resonates with me. This is exactly why this started, the American Edge. So I just wanted to welcome Roger to the fold, and that's kind of taps me out for a while. So if it's something you're interested in getting into, I welcome you to reach out to me. But I'm not going to take on more, people to help coach through starting a business because I want to make sure I have enough energy to dedicate to Doug and Roger. But there was also this serendipitous moment that happened yesterday and then this morning where I was like, man, I really want to just build the connections with people who have a sharpening business going on. Like that's a lot of the reason why I'm doing YouTube is I want to find you guys. Where are you? Like I know you're out there, but the thing that I always hear is like there used to be a guy, like nobody's sharpening anymore, like scissors, not whatever, like there used to be a guy that came around and rang the bell, right? I hear that all the time. No one's doing it anymore. Well, there are, like you guys are out there. Could you reach out? Could you come and say hi? Like the other thing, I saw these videos that I make, they're getting 30 views over the course of a week. And if you're a big YouTuber, 30 views is nothing, right? But if you're me, like I'm just a dude in New Hampshire, like are there really 30 of you out there that are like interested in sharpening and like gaining value out of this? Like that's cool. Could you say hi? Could you just say like hi? Or like love it, or like whatever you want. I don't care. It'd be better if you were positive, but like could you just like could we start that? Like could we get to know each other? I buck the trend of really service businesses in general, but sharpening specifically, of like there's another guy in my territory, and I just want to share this too. Like there's I don't do I live in Lee. I don't do the Lee Farmers Market anymore because it doesn't really fit with my schedule. But there was another dude that reached out to the market manager, and she was like, hey, like how do you feel about this dude? And great, like I hope it brings value to the market. And I reached out to him like, hey man, like if you're in the area like and you want to come see my shop, swing on by. Like I still felt that little tinge of like, oh, there's someone in my territory, like he's gonna take my customers. But no, man, like could we not just work together? I feel like we can all go so much further if we work together and stop worrying about, because there's the businesses out there between schools, kitchens, landscape. There's plenty of business. It's just a matter of getting the word out that we're available and that we do high quality work. I bring that up. Like there's some knives that came in today. The bolsters are like they're all cut out. Like they're all wavy. They're nice knives. They're Henkels, but I could tell like there's been some work done on those knives that is not the highest quality, and it's going to take a little bit of work to correct that. And I feel like if we set up a high bar, like a high bar, but it's an easy standard of doing quality work, we can really get the word out, and then people aren't scared to drop their knives off for you or for me or for anyone, and we can all grow together. So please, I just close this out with, please like leave a comment, just say hi, or reach out to, here's the serendipity part, right? Like some dude wrote me this morning in Massachusetts, and he heard me on my podcast however many years ago. I was with Nick Loper on the Side Hustle show, and he did this stuff, like he followed it, and he even has like the boxes. He built the boxes out front and stuff, like and he's like, hey, like just reaching out to say thanks for putting yourself out there, and he's seeking a little help. That like the marketing thing is getting him down, which I totally get. I say that the sharpening is the easy part, like the sales, marketing, business management. That's kind of the hard part. But I was just so stoked that he reached out to me. Like, yes, thank you so much, man. I look forward. I hope that I get to work with him, or at least like stay connected, and like I'd like to build a community around this, specifically like side hustling knife sharpeners. So anyway, there's my long intro. Like, do you guys want to sharpen a knife? I'm going to start with a 10-inch chef knife today because in one of the discussions I just had with Roger, I lay out like this model of making $500 in a month, working 1 hour a night, 5 nights a week. And I realized I do a units conversion there that can get a little squirrely. So it's 5 hours a week, which turns into 20 hours a month to make $500 a month. But it boils down, like I can do all the math for you, but it boils down to needing to do 2.5 10-inch knives in an hour a night, and I just say, well, can we do 4 knives in an hour, which means we need to be able to sharpen a knife in 15 minutes. So if we can sharpen 4 knives in 1 hour, 5 nights a week, we can make $500. And that's like, I do that because a lot of people just throw numbers at the wall, but there's math, and you can like prove that this sort of works out. So I just want to show you that the methods that I use, I can sharpen this knife in 15 minutes. I suspect it'll be quite a bit less than that. Okay, so this knife, it's not terrible, right? Like, this is from the kitchen. We saw this. It's probably been more than maybe 2 weeks, but it is definitely, it's due. I can see the marks in it. Okay, so we're at about 12 minutes. I'll check back in when we're done to see if we can make sure that I'm living up to my word. There's a little, my throat's sore. My whole family's sick, So I got a hot toddy going tonight. So cheers to Doug. I found out he drinks hot toddies too. So let's do this and then get to sharpening. I get all my honey right down the street. God, it's so good. All right. Bear with me with the noise, all right? that took way longer than it should. There's a few things going on here, 2 or 3 or more. So I did this knife not long ago. There's no way it should have needed that much grinding. But he did mention that he was open and honest with me last time I was in there. Like, they are using one of those pull-through things to try to get a little more life out of this. I can tell what's happening is that pull-through thing is really boning up the edge. Like, so I gotta decide whether I need to mention, like, you're probably taking a bunch of life off your knife by doing that. Like, I'm wondering if we can get the same out of using a honing rod, like a ceramic honing rod, the right way. But yeah. But anyway, oh, the other thing is, I think that belt is getting a little worn out. Doug put me on these erasers to extend the life of the belt. That's the first time I've used it. I'm going to look into it a little bit more. I always thought they were more for something else, like different sort of belts. But I'm going to see if they think that eraser was like $10, and if you can get twice the life out of a few belts, then it'll pay for itself. All right, 16. We're like 4 minutes in. All right, going down to the edge pro. All right, and that's the thing. The other I wanted to add too, like, I'm gonna pick you up a little bit, something like that. You can watch the knife work. You could just finish the knife over there, right? Like, I suppose if you could change the bit out. I know some people do all of their sharpening just on the 1x30, but I prefer. I gotta get my rack. Hold on. To me, the 1x30 serves the purpose of cutting the new bevel so that you can then refine it on the edge pro. Because the edge pro is, in my opinion, the best tool for getting a real high quality edge on a knife. All right, so I'm already set there. I checked my angle on my post. I'm going to do these all at 21 degrees, which is a nice compromise. But now, hopefully, I'll move this up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so I cut it shallow enough on the 1x30 so that this stone is cutting right at the edge, which is exactly what we need, because the thing that took me years to figure out was when I get a knife that is just totally beat, it would just take me hours to cut a new bevel on the edge pro. It was killing me. Like, once you do it, you can get the edge to come out nice, but cutting and reprofiling, it was just not the right tool for the job. Just checking the burr here. You guys see that? Down the whole length. I got the burr. First stroke. First pass, I mean. Check this side too. I hope you can see, like, I'm not racing either. Like, I am trying to make sure that I stay at my 15-minute promise of bringing it. And actually, I thought that time on the 1x30 would go a lot faster than it did. So that was actually appropriate if you got, you know, knives out of most kitchens require about that much grinding to get a bevel back. Which is another reason I love knife sharpening as a side hustle, because knives get dull, man. Like, once you get your customer once, if you take good care of them, ideally you've got your customer for life. And I say that if you're following my model of just doing essentially 4 knives a night, 5 nights a week, there's 250 working days in a year. So you only need 250 customers. 250 customers who see you once a year and bring 4 knives. 250 customers bringing 4 knives a year. Keep in touch with them, give them a little bonus sometimes, you know. Appreciate your, you know, repeat business. loyal customer discount. Teach them everything you can about knives that they'll be willing to listen about. Oh, I wanted to mention that too. I'm going to be presenting at in the town of Lee at an event in March, which is going to be around tools and taking care of tools, sharpening in general. But I'm going to hopefully steer it towards like buying quality once and then taking care of it for the rest of your life and then passing it down generation to generation. The other thing I was thinking is it's good to do, like, I know I've shown a lot of diversity in these videos that I'm doing. I really do love the residential kitchen knife model for getting started. I think they're, excuse me. I'm not just under 10 minutes, which is good. I got time to spare. I've been running my mouth too. Let's do a quick check here. Not bad, eh? That'll work. I'll go back in the galley. All right. Do that a few more times, 5 nights a week, and you are up and running with your side hustle. The hard part is getting people to bring their stuff to you, but that can be overcome as well. All right, the other thing I was thinking is if there's something you want to see me sharpen, please comment or shoot a note to me too. Maybe next week we'll do a high-end folder. We'll see. There's no time limit. This is actually mine. I'd like to sell this. So if you're interested in getting a Bros blade, pretty slick, right? I liked it. I do like it. But anyway, I think I'm going to sell it if anyone wants it, but not until I sharpen it. All right, thank you so much. 22 minutes, good, a lot of ramble, and we still got a knife in. I love you guys. Please make sure you say hi, subscribe, and like the video, and like tell all your friends and stuff. And I'll see you next week, Thursday night grind, 8:30. And I don't know, like I think I can actually go live now, and I chose not to because I guess I almost like this format. But I should probably go live just to see how it goes. We'll see. Cheers. See ya.